Can I start, sir? Can I start? Hmm. No. No. Hi, big boy. Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I posted my last video. However, I have posted quite often on my blog, which you can check that out in the description bar below. For today's video, sorry. Big boys right here at my feet. For today's video, I will be discussing my 8-month breastfeeding update, plus what I do when it comes time to feed Minko, since now he is at a stage where he can eat what we call table food. When Minko turned 6 months, I started kind of like allowing him to eat what was on my plate. Also, I would let him nibble on things that were hard because his teething. I would allow him to have like pieces of my apple, like a green apple. I would cut him a slice and just allow him to, just rub and soothe his gums that way. And also it helped him to, start getting used to kind of like that tangy or that bitter taste versus just always being acclimated to sweet things. So I'd say after that, I would like give him bananas and different things like that that were kind of already mushy within their original state, that I didn't have to manipulate them too much. I was on the fence about if I wanted him to be a baby-led weaning baby or if I wanted to give him baby food. I was really on the fence about that, but I found a happy medium between the two. He does breastfeed. I'd say up until about a couple of weeks ago, he breastfed at the same frequency as the last video or my last blog post. Now that he has quite a few different skills that he is mastering, he can crawl now. He is currently trying to cruise. So he basically uses things, the couch, a basket, his swing. It doesn't matter what it is. He used things to basically stand up on, and then he is at the point now where he's, letting one hand go and trying to steady himself before he let the other hand go. And he's also, of course, like I said before, cruising. So his mind is all over the place. And on top of the fact that he's seeing in color. So he's very distracted now. So he doesn't feed as often as he used to. I say when it's nighttime, he probably feeds a little more then, because during the day, if he isn't napping, he is what he's doing right now. He is getting into stuff. He is curious. He's trying to figure out different things that he can do, and also trying to master the things that he can do already. So he pretty much doesn't really breastfeed as often anymore. Typically, and this isn't a normal day to day as far as his food, because it fluctuates. I'm all for a routine, so that way he knows what to expect. That way he isn't as irritable. But I'm also a mom who understands that my baby's going to tell me what he needs and what he doesn't need. I'm not going to force food on him if he doesn't necessarily need it. However, for his oatmeal, I actually made the oatmeal myself. I took the oatmeal by Quaker. I took that, put it in my food processor, and put it in there for like 60 seconds. And I pretty much just combined that with some warm breast milk, and that's his oatmeal. That's pretty much is his oatmeal right there. Now, let's say for lunch or something, he honestly likes to eat with me. If he doesn't eat with me, then I have different things that I'm pretty sure you all have already seen on my Instagram. I have a little section that is for DIY baby food. So I do make his baby food at home. So I do different types of combinations like that, what he would eat for lunch, so to speak. Sometimes he'll just have breast milk. It just depends. I've also introduced water to him now, since he is not drinking as much breast milk anymore. I don't want him to be constipated, so I have introduced water to him. So I will, attempt to give him some water then. Sometimes he drinks it, sometimes he doesn't. And then for dinner, again, he'll more than likely just eat with me. So let's say if I don't feed him the DIY baby food that I make, then I'll go ahead and actually try to make what I'm eating more palatable for him. So let's say if I have a wrap. So let's say if I made myself a veggie wrap, what I'll do is I'll take like I had a veggie wrap that had julienne, carrots, bell peppers, zucchini. It had some spinach on it. One time I put corn or something. It just depends. So I'll take the julienne vegetables and I'll boil them. And I'll boil or steam, however you want to do it, until they're soft. And then I give them to him that way. So that way he is utilizing his hands, and it's also helping with his motor skills as well. It's helping him to understand how close, how far he needs to be based on how the object looks in his hand. So I'm doing it. I'll feed him stuff like that in a way that he can eat it. Or sometimes, you know, for lunch or dinner, I might just chop up some avocados, chop up some bananas, chop up some strawberries, and just sit them in front of him and allow him to eat it that way. And that's what is baby-led weaning. I literally just give him a combination. Quite honestly, it just depends. If I'm eating anything that I know he can eat off of my plate, and I know he doesn't want to sit in his high chair, then I'll basically make it palatable for him and give it to him. But if it's something that I know he can't eat that I'm eating, let's say if I'm eating a bag of chips or if I'm eating some ice cream, if it's something I know he can't eat, then I'll go ahead and do the baby food version, where I'll make that baby food and give it to him that way. I don't plan on stopping breast milk until he gets about maybe one. Honestly, maybe 1.5. I might even go all the way up to 2, to be quite honest with you, because there is still components within breast milk that does help to support their growth and their development even beyond the age of 1. So I'm really on the fence about it, to be honest. I will be showing you all the different baby food that I make him in videos to come. I'm also going to be posting a video on different snacks that I make him. So I did ask you all to ask me some questions for this update video. Alright, so big boy got sleepy, so I went ahead and started feeding him, and he is currently knocked out in my arms. So I asked you all what questions you would like for me to answer in this video. I only got 2 questions, which is fine. But one question said, how soon did you start giving him the food that you made? Thanks for asking that, Renee. I say about 7 months to 7.5 months. When he got 6 months, he really wasn't too much interested in food as much, and he would just kind of reach for what I was eating at the time, and I would let him taste it, but he wasn't too much interested in it, and I wasn't going to just force it on him just because he was 6 months. Her other question is, was there anything that he didn't like? He doesn't really like, I'd say, grains too much. Like if I have like rice, you know how they have, you can blend rice up or whatever. I mean, there isn't really anything too much that he doesn't like. And to be honest, if he doesn't like it, I'll keep trying at least once a week, every week. So like if, let's say I introduce him to avocados for 1 week and he doesn't like it, I'll just try to introduce it to him, you know, every other day. And then what I'll do is to try to introduce it in a different form. So instead of it being chunky, I'll introduce it into like a baby food that I made, and I'll do it that way. So I keep trying to introduce the same food to him, but in a different way, so that he can get used to the taste. He doesn't, at first he had an issue with like bitters, or things that had like a savory taste to them. But as I kept giving it to him, like I say, like potatoes. At first, he wasn't really feeling potatoes, but then, you know, I gave him a fry. Not gonna lie, I gave him a fry, and he liked it because of his teeth. I mean, because of his gums. He liked the way it felt on his gums, so I did that. That's about it. Anything else he'll eat. He'll eat broccoli. I give him a chunk of broccoli on his own. He'll eat that up. He'll really eat just about anything as long as it's not too spicy or too chunky. So that concludes my 8-month breastfeeding update and what I'm feeding Big Boy at this time. If you're watching this from my blog, you can subscribe to this channel where this video is being casted from, my YouTube channel, which is of course The Brown Perfection. If you're viewing this from YouTube, go ahead and head over to my blog in the description box below, and actually you can subscribe to my blog. There'll be a pop-up. If you scroll a little bit, there'll be a pop-up that'll pop up to ask you to subscribe to the blog. Just put your email in and subscribe. I don't spam. You can ask my subscriber list, honey. I should probably email them more, but I don't want to spam anybody because I know I'll be ready to hit unsubscribe. You start spamming my inbox. I don't have time, so that's not me. Follow me on Instagram. It's The Brown Perfection. Also, check out my Facebook, which is also The Brown Perfection. If you would like to join the Facebook group, ladies, I'll leave that information in the description box below. Thanks again for y'all watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.